turkey. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. I did not know turkeys were that small. I always thought they were like bigger babies.
How old is he? I mean, he's pretty big.
Those ones are only a couple weeks too.
Wow.
But in a few more weeks, they're going to start getting big. They'll probably be the size of like a regular sized chicken. And in a couple months, they'll be about 80 pounds probably.
Wow. Is that like
That's like when they fully fluff out.
Wow. And that's the amount of pounds that they get when they're full adults, or do they get bigger?
Yeah, typically like full adults.
And are they safe for the kids? Like the kids can pet them at any age? And
yeah.
Nice.
I'd say typically if he's going to take a nibble at you, it's because he likes you.
I didn't know they were so peaceful.
Nope, that one's not. He's like ready to go.
You can tell he doesn't want to do anything with my finger at all. Stick it right in front of him.
So turkeys are pacifists.
Completely positive.
That looks like a lot of hard work. It's already looking like they're tired. Hey, you vampires, witches, ghouls, and goblins. Get you, my little pretty family and friends. Hey, so we're here at, believe it or not, outside of Hershey's amusement park and all that stuff. Believe this or not, who would ever thought that there'd be a really cool local candy shop right here, right? And it is, only it's not Hershey. It's a different family called Graves Homemade Candy. What's scarier enough is that...
Groves. What's that?
Oh, okay. So right behind me, good question, Layton. Layton just asked me, what is this big yellow thing with ducks on it? That is what they're going to use to dump all the rubber duckies that everybody entered. So what we're standing behind is the tow dumpster. Second.
What you doing?
I'm trying to put my phone in my pocket right now. Oh shit. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so for those who don't, I don't know if any of you are familiar with the show Golden Girls, but one of the Golden Girls that played Dorothea, actress name was wait, what's her name? Arthur what? View. Right?
You're making me sound like I'm 100 years old, though.
No, this is from 100 years ago, not you.
Let's hope they peed before 85. Maybe let's say like 60, 1960 or something. You know.
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be fun.
The outtake reel. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you dropped it again.
No, that was my glasses. I can't. It's honestly difficult when you have a t-shirt and a hoodie. My feet, because they said these goats are on a special diet.
Maybe they're diabetic.
And she said just the goats only, but not the baby. You seem like you're a very hungry one. Oh, I got more. Oh.
Oh wow, I didn't expect to see goats. Just standing there on top of that platform. That was worth the money right there. Looks like there's a traffic jam on the stairway.
The babies are over. Never mind, they got enough food. It says please feed by tubes. This is one of my friend's neighbor, one of my next door neighbors has something like this for her rabbits, and they were about that size. So this is actually a full-grown adult size rabbits, and this is the only big that they can get. Now, there are bigger rabbits than this, believe it or not. And they're called jackrabbits, and you can, some people do use them as a pet. They're like the size of a dog, which is ridiculously insane. And that's all they do. And they eat a lot and they poop a lot, and you have to change the cage about 20 times a day. Not gonna lie.
Apparently they're very good at building though.
Oh yeah.
I mean, apparently they're well-versed carpenters, otherwise they wouldn't have such nice houses.
You can pet this one too if you want. Oh my gosh.
Tanner, you want a high five now?
Say bye. Say bye, Pete.
High five your beer.
Wow, yeah, they do. That's funny. Oh my gosh, and there's like, I don't know how many, but it looks like there's 3 in there. I'll just make a church for the bunnies. Like, why not? Bunnies need church. Of course, all pets do go to the Rainbow Bridge, sadly, at one point. And then that's where we meet them. That's where we meet our pets again, the Rainbow Bridge. There's one, oh my gosh, I didn't even see that one. There's one in the tunnel. He's just laying in the tunnel. There's like 3 of them just like huddling on top of him.
Look at that. It's like,
That's all the other screen.
Constellations are in the sky and the planets, the current moon phase. If you look around back, there's solar and lunar eclipses and the next Olympics, and there's a bell that dings on special days and stuff like that. And they figure that this existed at the center of like important Greek towns. You know, they have a sundial everywhere, right, that tell the time. But this is like, you know, anywhere that there would maybe be a science center or, you know, like education.
it's like a fancy calculator. Or
looks like it was probably donated back in, I don't even know.
Oh yeah, this is the Rolls Royce I was talking about, and then she turned it into a limo. Yeah, because it was actually originally, and then
So it has the privacy division window in there, TV, VCR, wet bar, and crystal glasses, cell phone, front central armrest, and a self-leveling suspension. Yeah, formerly owned by Whitney Houston. I don't know what date ranges she had it.
I forget how the story went, but somehow it landed in Lancaster, and then I think they were getting rid of it, where somebody just said, "No, we'll take it in."
Okay.
That's how you guys adopted it.
So our vehicle curator, Stan Sipko, he's not here today. He would, and even our executive director, Jeff's been around for a while. He would know the full story behind that as well. I don't. I just know it was a Whitney Houston car, and it's a Rolls-Royce Silver Spur. So fancy. We still have an easel in there for when we display it, but you can...
Yeah, that was where they put our picture on. Customized this Rolls Royce into a limo made for her and her only, with the bar, the cell phone, everything. I mean, this is what happens when you hit big in Hollywood. You can do a lot of things with cars.
It does have a new car interior smell to it. We just got stuff in here. I want to get that Woody station wagon out. I think that thing is awesome. I would love to drive that. I like station wagons.
They are cool.
I grew crop circles. Funny stories I didn't get to tell you.
Oh, we love funny stories.
You grew? I thought you make them, not grow them.
I grew crop circles.
Got it.
Look here, Olivia, now.
Do we have to date it somewhere?
Oh,
It's ready to go. It's ready to jump.
Well, I don't want to scare him.
Wife went to go girly shopping on Memorial Day. No, it was the beginning of May. For some reason, they wanted to go shopping, and the guy was like, "Well, I'm going to go sailing," and he took his friend, and they went sailing in the Chesapeake. Well, then the next year, somebody else wanted to go with him, and then by 3-4 years later, they had like 5 extra boats, and so they decided to call it the Kempton Yacht Club. And I've heard about it for 30 years. Well, then I met this one guy. I've known him forever, but I never really met him. And he helped me out, towing my car home one day, and he's like, "You want to go on the Kempton Yacht Club?" I'm like, "Heck yeah!" So our place we would go to is called Campers. We could dock the boat right at this restaurant and go in, and they'd let us stay the night. You know, didn't have to pay for a slip.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty cool. So you guys make good friends there to say free night.
Yeah, so actually the last 3 years I've been making little wooden pieces and littering in the Chesapeake by hoping somebody finds this degraded ghost project. I'm like, and John's real big, he's always on cleanup crews, so I'm like, "John, is it okay that..." "Heck yeah, that ain't littering." So nobody's called us yet and said they ever found that they could be in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean for all I know right now. I have no idea. But, we just video it, make a little, oh yeah, blah blah blah, and throw it in and watch it float away. And
Well, you know, you can always get like a little submarine and see your little track to see if it did make it down high. Oh, that's
hey,
awesome.
what's that floating in the water?
Do they also do races too?
We all rent the boats except one. There was like 23 boats the one year. We finished second, but they put us in. We finished first, but they put us in second because we had a 53 footer. But we're not. When you rent boats, you're not supposed to race. So it's kind of like I don't know how long it is. You go out there, and if we're in a 53-foot boat, so if there's no wind, you're dead in the water. You know? If there's nice wind, you move. You know. And John, he was the captain, and he sailed around the world. I don't know, all over the place. So it's a fun time. And the same thing. Hey, I'm an artist. I'm not a prophet. I just paint them. You know, as far as like we have one called The Sun, Rain, and Fertility, and you know he would always tell stories about he'd see a couple standing at a stand at the folk festival, and they'd come up. Once everybody cleared, they'd come up and go, hey, I hear you have a fertility sign. We're having trouble conceiving. He said, I'll make you one. You know, well. You know, a couple years later at the show, I see this couple, and they come up, and you go, remember us? I'm like, no, but that's my sign. Yeah, we wanted one, not a half a dozen.
Oh my gosh, so I guess it's just like one of those stupid things that you would have to believe it in order for it to work.
How many people adopt, and then because they can't have kids, and next thing you know, they're pregnant? You know, it's a lot of it's, in my opinion, it's mind over matter.
Right.
Mind over matter.
Exactly.
So I'm like, hey, I'll paint you the Sun, Ray, Fertility. I don't know if I think I have some that they claim worked, like for llamas. I know I made the guy that made my website. He wanted a sun and rain for his alpacas, not llamas. And hey, it worked. And there was another one, somebody I made for somebody. Like, hey, it worked. We're pregnant, but I don't remember exactly the details.
Gotcha.
So the alpacas got pregnant after.
Yeah.
Got the sign.
That's funny. So like they were trying to breed alpacas because they were trying to sell them, or what was the...
They make all kinds of wool and stuff and stuff. They have an alpaca farm, and it's they make all kinds of loom stuff. But it's over 10 years ago when he made my website. But
that's cool.
We want a fertility sign for the alpacas. I'm like, okay, you need 2 signs, 2 4-foot signs. I'll make your website. I'm like, it's a deal.
That's awesome.
That
nice
is
even
awesome.
exchange.
How it all worked. If we asked you for a special one, would you do it like if it was one about would you do a pretzel one or?
I did a pretzel one already.
Really? Do you have one that we could see that?
No. This was a 4-footer for the Raja Theater.
Oh.
And there was a distelfink and a pretzel, basically Pretzels, Berks County.
Yeah.
And the distelfink had a Raja hat on it. And then it
Okay.
hung at the Raja headquarters for a year for that guy. I think he was, I don't know what they call him, the headmaster for the year, I think.
So do you get a lot of custom requests?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I have something really, like I'm not great at lettering other than writing welcome on it.
Right.
I'll do lettering for people, but when I need something nice, I take a jump on. He's a real good lettering artist. If I need an animal painted, I'll have him paint it, stuff like that.
Right. My one question was a lead up to my other question. These signs can bring good luck. Is there any way you can make one specifically for the Steelers?
I'm an Eagles fan.
That's great. I like that answer.
Yes.
I'm an Eagles fan. Nope.
I do, of course.
Not happening. What about
And it's a tough game because I like Kansas City,
Baby
but
luck.
I got to root for Pennsylvania, even though I like Andy Reid and I like Kansas City. What's Pittsburgh's chance?
What about Penn State?